Fourth flight under Indian government's Operation Ajay to evacuate Indians from Israel has landed in Delhi from Tel Aviv. The flight was carrying 274 Indian nationals. Meanwhile, the US, in a show of solidarity towards Israel, has sent a second aircraft carrier to deter hostile actions against Israel. My colleague Isha joins us live from the Delhi airport. Isha, show us around what all is happening around you, and if you can speak to some of the returnees.
A very good morning to you. We're currently standing at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in front of one of the gates where the passengers from the SpiceJet 966 flight are expected to arrive. So the flight had landed about at 7:54 a.m. It experienced a delay of about an hour, and we're expecting the passengers to walk out in the next few minutes now. I'd request my camera person to show you around. There is some security deployed there, but there is a lot of waiting happening, which is happening inside. In fact, Union Minister V.K. Singh is currently inside waiting to welcome the Indians on board the flight. In fact, we earlier saw visuals of them chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. So all the Indians who are being rescued back are feeling extremely safe now, and are crediting the Indian government and the Ministry of External Affairs in particular for making sure that there is a speedy exit, and more than it being a speedy exit, there is a safer exit. In fact, we can see there's action has started happening here. There is communication has started happening between the police personnel, which is indicative of the fact that the passengers will be arriving any moment now. So about 18,000 Indians are currently in Israel, out of which 921 have been flown back to India, which includes the 237 which will arrive today, who will arrive from the gate today. Every time the flights land, it is also said that a union minister welcomes them. The first flight was welcomed, the first flight passengers were welcomed by Mr. Chandrasekhar, then Rajiv Ranjan, then Kaushal Kishore, and finally V.K. Singh today. So there is a lot of hope and anticipation in the families and all the relatives of the people who are coming in, who are flying in from Israel, because Israel is completely war-torn. And we spoke to a few of them yesterday, and they spoke to us about their ordeal and spoke to us about how their families and how they were extremely scared of the raids and sirens which were being alarmed every few minutes there. So the situation in Israel remains to be precarious due to the unprecedented attack by Hamas. And the Ministry of External Affairs is making sure that all Indians can come back safely. In fact, the Indians also credited the government for a speedy exit, and also making sure that they don't have to get involved in the logistical issues like visa, ticketing, running around, all of that. It's a first come, first serve which runs, and the Indians can just go to the embassy or the airport and board the aircraft, and they will be brought home without any questions asked, absolutely free of cost by the Indian government. So
Right.
The Indian government is taking all efforts under Operation Ajay, making sure that Indians stuck abroad, whoever needs to come back, wishes to come back, can come back. 24-hour helplines have been set up round the clock, which are running, and we spoke to people who came yesterday, and they stated how effective
Right.
these helplines were. So we are all waiting for them to walk out of gate number 54, and we'll be seeing a lot of Indians rejoicing and coming out of these gates.
Right. All right, Isha. Well, many thanks for joining us live. And as you rightly pointed out, great efforts by the Indian government. Viewers,